What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Yeah. Just in case I'm ready. I think it looked like I'm ready, so yeah. Hey, y'all like my new little sticker? I got the World's Largest Rap Contest stickers on the microphones, trying to look all important and sophisticated. I can't even say the word. How in the world I'm gonna be on this joint MCing. Check it out, man. Without a doubt. Let's see what it's all. Oh, I thought I put it up there crooked. My head was tilted. Gene Deal exposed details about week 4 of Diddy's trial and exposes 50 Cent baby mama. Exposes 50 Cent baby mama and all the dark secrets. This is an hour long, baby. We're going to sit here and do the damn thing. Oops. We're going to do it. I'm trying to, because I've been doing good, man. I've been doing good, but right now, I got some on my mind. I got some on my mind. How about that? Got some stuff on my mind, man. Some people, you know what tripped me out about people, man, and this is about the Diddy trial. Diddy, F you, because you one of these people. Why do you have to force people to do things? Why do you have to try to make people to do things? Why do you have to talk bad about people? Just let them be. You don't have to force me to do anything, man. I ain't got you. You mad at me because you want me to do what I'm doing for you. Why don't you do what you're doing for you? And all the stuff I'm doing, I made a song, y'all. I'm not gonna play it for y'all yet because it sounds good too, y'all. I ain't trying to toot my own horn, but everybody I let hear the song, they said I did a song. I dedicated the song to Puffy Kids. Yeah. I'm way off subject. And every time I'm doing the song, right? The whole time I'm doing the song, I'm thinking about what all the haters have said about me. You know, he can't play no music. He can't play them instruments. He got this studio. He just must like buttons or something. No, all this stuff is bought. I tried something. Some of the stuff I done bought over $5,000 worth of equipment that I ain't even using. I thought I needed it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to buy some equipment? I sell it to you real cheap. Like this $500 Boss machine. I'm trying to find a way to put it in to use it, but I'm going to do it one day. Anyway, hey, y'all hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell, baby. Uncle Mike, appreciate you. Love y'all. Even my haters. I love y'all, man. The haters, I love the haters more. Don't be jealous if you're a fan. I hate the haters more because they make me go harder. Now watch this. Wait till the 22nd, y'all. First of the month, all you gotta say, first of the month, Uncle Mike, what you need to show me. Bloop. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check it out. The Art of Dialogue. Shout out.
Deal, week 4, Diddy trial. Gotta talk about it, man. I heard they allowed you back up there, yo.
They allowed me back there. They never stopped me from coming up there, bro. You know, you can't be listening to these people out here, man, that's trying to get content, trying to get me on their show like you. They'll make up anything, bro. Don't listen to these people, bro. The marshals did, when I did come up there, did pull me to the side and said somebody made a complaint that I had assaulted them, and they had no tape, no video of it or nothing like that. And I didn't cop to nothing. They just told me from this point on, you know, stay away from the YouTubers and please don't put your hands on nobody. And I said, nah, I wouldn't do that, man. You know, we good, we all right. And so his complaint went on deaf ear. So it is what it is. I'm back there every other day or every day, you know, whatever I want to. You know, I see YouTubers are getting put out. They out there acting a damn fool, bro. Like, it's crazy. It's like, I can't even explain grown people acting in that manner and what they're doing. So I'm back down there. You know, I'm still getting the people screaming and hollering, saying crazy stuff, but I overlooked that. I'm not gonna let none of that shit define me, man. I'm just down there to see justice get done and justice be served, and that's what it's doing. In my eyes, they doing a damn good job, brother. So people don't understand. I've been doing this since 1997, man. Since I sat down with Miss Wallace, Nick Bloomfield, A&E, MTV, VH1. They all got tapes and footage on me telling the same story, telling how Diddy was way back when. So the trolls can say what they want to say. I got people even saying that I started talking about Diddy when he went to jail. So you know that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So like my man said, you can't fix stupid, bruh. Ain't nothing you could do to fix stupid. So let them be what they want to be, man. They all trying to get clicks and views, bro. That's all it's all about, man.
That's what it's about.
That's all I'm trying to get, clicks and views. Let's get on with the show, brother. You know what I'm saying?
I heard Diddy almost got removed from the courtroom. What's the backstory behind that?
Yo, man, Diddy is...
God damn, wait a minute, man. You the one on trial. They wouldn't let you out on bail 1, 2, 3 times. Was it 4 times? Y'all thought it was 4 times. Anyway, they wouldn't let him out on bail.
I guess his mind is gone, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I seen him like say stuff to the judge. You know, like, I want to go to break now. And the judge said, okay, we'll break. And I'm looking like, damn. So this time, but the judge, he took that upon himself, you know, but he didn't take it lightly when he went at the jury.
Yeah.
Then he looked at the jury in a way and just started nodding his head, like when a certain person was giving their testimony. So when he was doing that, the judge immediately stopped because it seemed like he was trying to either antagonize or he was trying to like throw some kind of sign or say something to the jury that the judge wasn't even going for, bruh. The judge stopped them right there. And he told he addressed to their lawyers, the next time Diddy make any kind of eye contact with the jury and nod his head, yes, no, maybe, or anything, he'll be hearing about the trial from his jail cell because he will not be allowed back in court. The judge said next time. So he probably let Diddy get away with it to see how far he was going to do it. But then he said, nah, we're not having this. Because you got to realize the jury is not sequestered. They go home every day. And he's known for tampering with witnesses. If you go through the trial right today, you see how he was trying to tamper with some of the people by having security, DRock, and other people talk to them. They are saying that in their testimony. So the judge is very aware of the fact by hearing the testimony of some of the witnesses that he was trying to tamper with the investigation. So now they also know the history with his other cases that were state. And I was there and I know for a fact they was about to pay off a girl that was on the witness stand on that Shine thing. So my whole thing about it is that they are aware that he's capable of trying to get to people in the witness, whether it's a witness or whether it's a juror. But the judge wasn't going to allow that, bro. He stopped it right in its hand. When he did it, judge didn't hesitate. So I believe the judge seen him do that probably once or twice and see how far he was going to go with it. And he went too far. Because when the girl was giving her testimony, he looked at the jury, the jurors, and then he like, you know, that type of thing. And the judge wasn't having it. Judge blasted him. And so his lawyer said that he understand, Your Honor, brought him like that. You know how the lawyer comes close to the, say, yo, you can't do that and everything like that. So he told the judge that he understands and he won't be doing it again. The judge said if he does it again, he ain't gonna hesitate. He gonna have the marshals take his ass right back to his jail cell. And I believe he might just try it again.
Yeah, and I believe he gonna do it.
That's how crazy it is right there, man. He shook his head at the jurors like, you don't believe that shit, do you? He shook his head at the jurors like, you don't believe that shit, do you? I know you don't believe that shit, do you? You can't believe that shit, do you? This is what he would be saying if he could open his mouth. You understand? You don't believe that shit, do you? I know you don't believe that shit, do you?
Oh my God,
you better not believe that shit, do you? And there's some shit like that. Yo, it was crazy, bro.
Yeah, but undercover, because you in the courtroom.
And the judge snatched his ass up just like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
what
man.
you mean by the Sean situation?
Oh, when him and Sean and Wolf was on fighting a gun case and fighting a case where they were shooting up in the club, they had got connected with a young lady that was on the witness. She was a juror. And some people had got connected to her and they were going to give her $20,000 each. She wanted $20,000 each. 20 for Sean, 20 for Puff, and 20 for Wolf. I didn't find out till after the case was over with, but they was trying to pay off the juror, one of the jurors. Sean refused to give up anything. So Sean even knows about it. He said, nah, I'm not doing that. You understand what I'm saying? And all of them had the same charge. So, it was funny that Sean went down for it by himself when all of them had the same charge, but they was trying to pay off the witness. They was trying to pay off a juror who was on the case, on the state case when Sean and Puff had that case for the shootout at the show. Nightclub. The one that Sean went to jail for, bro. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
That same case that Sean went to jail for. The way the stuff that we're hearing in this trial, he's a wild dude for a lot. Yo, I couldn't imagine the same kid I know from Uptown Records, from Bad Boy, from the same gang, that he had turned out to be the disgusting pervert, the diabolical, the sadistic, nasty. Yo, my man, the stories that these girls are telling up in that courtroom, you can't believe it. And y'all won't be able to, if you don't go to court and see it, some of it gets what they call objected to. So it don't make the record. But we there hearing everything. And when you hear it inside the courtroom, and that's one reason I want to go, because you get to hear everything, bruh. You get to hear all the stuff, and then they have to object to it, and then it won't make it. Some stuff won't make it. Like some of the stuff that we're going to talk about today, it did not make it, but then the prosecutor was so smart, they made it make it. You understand? They did it in a whole different way. You know what I'm saying? But I'll wait on your questions and then I'll let you know what I'm talking about.
I gotta ask you, we can't say her name or the rapper name, but I gotta ask you about this woman that testified against Puffy and her baby daddy is a rapper.
Man, I was there for the testimony, so I gotta know about it. But the whole thing about it is, brother, I give somebody $50 to tell me who that person is. You get it? Mm-hmm. I give somebody $50 if they tell me who that person that she was talking about, that her boyfriend is a millionaire and a musician in the whole 9 yards. I wish I knew who that was. You know what I'm saying? I'll run all the way to Queens from Manhattan if I could figure out who the person that she was talking about. But let me just tell you her story. You understand what I'm saying? And it was gross. It was crazy, bruh. How he she did some diabolical by acting like he loved her, he wanted to be with her, that some men do. I can't be mad at him for that. You understand? But to take her away and play on her mind, brother, it was crazy how he did it and turned her into a freak-off queen. Whereas that she was talking about doing all-star freak-offs with him. You understand? And was only giving her $10,000 a month. $10,000 a month. Now, she's talking about she got a millionaire boyfriend, not a boyfriend. Her baby daddy is a millionaire and a former, a rapper, a CEO, the whole 9 yards. I'm looking like, so if she getting money from him, she got to be getting child support. And if she getting child support, bruh, you understand, from a millionaire, it's got to be enough money to do something. It may not be enough money to do nothing, but it's got to be enough money to do something.
You're going to do something.
I'm looking at this, so I'm hearing her story because she's trying to convince us she was doing this only for her son. She wanted a house for her son. She wanted her son in a good position. But if I was the baby daddy and I had half the sense of a dollar, I wouldn't have never ever let my son kiss her ever again. Some of the stuff that she was doing in these all-star freak-offs, bruh. Now, mentally, I know she's a victim too. You understand? With the drugs, with the stuff. But when you hear her testimony, it's like she was in love and still in love with dude. Even though she was doing shit that she didn't want to do. She was talking about how sick she was. How he wouldn't allow her to use condoms. Yo, it was crazy. Now, people got to understand, because I hear a lot of people on the internet talking about like her baby father, like he was mad and upset or something like that. He already knew about all this stuff. He knew about this stuff because he was on stage talking about it way before she testified, way before Diddy got locked up for it. Talk about, you got a baby mama that's out here doing freak-offs. He knew about the stuff.
Wow.
But people can't understand. People got to understand, these guys give these girls enough money to do something. Just say, for instance, if old boy was giving her $5,000 or $7,000 a month, you take $2,000 of that and get you in a nice place to live, a nice house somewhere. You understand? You take another $500 and put down on a car that you could drive to work and go back and forth. It don't take $1,000 a month to feed nobody. You understand? To feed nobody. It don't take another $1,000 to clothe somebody, because you ain't gonna buy clothes every month for a kid. And his father still is gonna be taken care of because he was with his father a whole lot of times too. These girls wanted money so they don't have to do nothing. But the baby daddy was giving her enough money for she could do something. But she wanted that extra Freakoff money. She had to want it, bro. Because why would you stoop so low to bring yourself down like that? She had an option. Her friend was making, she was talking about her friends was making a couple of $1 million doing, what's that other stuff on internet where?
OnlyFans?
The OnlyFans, yeah, thank you. Her friends was doing OnlyFans making $2 million. She could have did OnlyFans.
Gene like me, y'all.
Made hundreds of thousands of dollars. She chose not to do that. To bring old boy Freak Toy. And then it seemed like she was allegedly picking up drugs for him too. She was still dealing with old boy all the way up until the time he got arrested. That's how he had her mind, bro. It was crazy. It was crazy. Now, she's telling her story, but she never mentioned like Cassie did about the diseases and everything that she had. She just said how sick she was because he was doing sick stuff with her. This is crazy, bro. I can't even talk. I don't even want to talk about it, bro. I know it's an interview, but I don't even want to talk about it. It was sick. It's like, how you have another man ejaculate on a woman and you rub your body all up against that and then lick her with all the stuff on her, bro. That shit is crazy, bro. Dude is, I don't know what you want to call him, man. Yo, R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, Weinstein, ain't nobody got nothing on dude. Nothing, dog. It's perverted and it's nasty to hear some of these testimonies that are going on. And that's real talk, bro. That's real talk.
Yeah, Diddy a different breed, man.
A different breed, bro. Oh, you said he's a different breed? My man. I don't know what breed that could be, bro. I've never ever heard something, yo, and you know we all grow up looking at some porn and all this like that. I've never ever heard that or seen that in no porn movie that a dude is doing that type of stuff, bro. Nah, man. Nah. That shit is beyond gross, bro. Some of the stuff that you hear in that courtroom is beyond gross.
And what you mean by that when you say all-star freak-off?
The all-star freak-offs is when that she was going to get 2 or 3 of the top male strippers and bring them in, and she was going to have them do her back to back to back to back because that's what he liked. So that's how she wanted to please him. The all-star freak-off is like tag team, WrestleMania. They get a chance to jump in on that. But you're going to have some of these guys out here, some of these rappers, still going to want to be with her, still going to want to see her because she got a fat ass and a pretty face.
Do you think Diddy was only messing around with her because of who her baby daddy was?
Well, I think that
damn, it's cold in here.
He probably developed a relationship with her first because of that. Because he knew who dude was. And he knew dude had a kid with her. He even offered to take dude shopping before. So he knew who dude was. You understand what I'm saying? And I know how he is.
Keep saying
I
dude.
seen him do Sarah Chapman like that too. She was with a basketball player, and the only reason she dealt with him is because she once was with Pac. She was with a basketball player, and he made a bet that he was going to get her.
My fault. My bad.
He probably had to make a bet about this chick.
Okay.
Because it seemed like she wanted him in the first place because she was telling how he was dating her girlfriend first. And I think her girlfriend probably got married or something like that. And she started dating him.
And you talking about Gary Payton, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to say his name, bro. You know what I mean?
You don't want to say 50 Cent name.
Right? That Diddy held her over a balcony. Tell me about that.
Object. That shit did not even make it in the courtroom, bro.
Bruh.
They objected to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because for whatever reason, for whatever legal thing, it was a lawsuit that was civil that was going on. And they could not bring that into court. You only know that and because of the content creators who was there and people like me who was there who heard the stuff, it got objected to and they couldn't even bring that into court. But you know what? The prosecutors were like, yeah, we know they was going to do that. So we going to go a whole nother route. And they got it in there. I'm going to tell you how they got it in there. Because they tried to make Brianna seem like everything she said it was lies because of her drug use. Her still wanting to be around Puff. You understand? Her still going out to parties with them, even after she said he choked her, he beat her, he did this. But people got to understand this. Until you around in that whole atmosphere with those people, you don't understand that the man that's the goal, has all the gold, makes all the rules. Now, see, people don't understand this, and let me break this down to you, bro. If Puff hates you, everybody that you made friends with, everybody that knows you, they hate you. They can't show you that they love or got love for you. Do you understand that? Those people in that industry clique, they'll go out on Mondays and Wednesdays and everything, have parties. If Puff ain't fucking with you, ain't nobody gonna fuck with you. So now, when them girls make up to him, it's not just for them to make up to him. It's to show everybody that's around that me and Puff is still cool so they can start back treating you cool. This is crazy to me, bro. I don't even understand why they give a f, but that's how it is, bro. That's why those people keep running back to him because they know if he don't f with them, nobody's gonna f with them in that industry around there. Whether it's parties, whether it's work, socializing, none of that. So when he hung the girl over the back balcony, that couldn't get into court because it was a civil suit that was pending or did like that. You understand what I'm saying? So they wouldn't let it in there. So what the prosecutors did was...
What'd they do?
They got the text messages in there. So when y'all hear the news people out there, well, Brianna was lying. She was not telling the truth. She didn't remember this. She didn't remember that. Puff personal assistant KK and Cassie was texted on 9/30/2016 when it happened. Was texting. Yo, he put on, KK, we're going to take care of it. We're going to make sure everything's okay. We're sorry. He was drunk. He was high. We're going to make sure she be compensated for her injury. All that shit, bro. All that shit is in text messages, and the prosecutors got the text messages in there. So now the jury might not see. You understand? Can't hear Brianna part of it. But they can hear the text messages because there was a civil suit. You understand? And he was paying her millions of dollars for doing that. So all these content creators, all these news people that said the girl was lying, She couldn't have been lying because the text messages don't lie. They brought in a federal computer analyst who got the text messages out of Cassie and old girl's phone that states that they was talking about it in September in 2016, bro. The prosecutor got bombed for that. Now the jury gonna look at it like, they were trying to make this girl out a lie, but they was telling this lie in 2016, and not one person said that was a lie back then. But all of a sudden, in 2025, it's a lie. The prosecutor cooked their ass on that one, bro. Cooked them. They got the text messages that told the story that Puff did hang the girl over the balcony, was choking her the whole 9 yards, and they was trying to put a civil suit or stop her from doing a civil suit so they can pay her off and sign an NDA just like they did the security people. Just like they did the security people, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, I ain't know all that, man. Because what I was hearing online was she got exposed for lying.
Bruh, they was trying to say the young lady got exposed for lying because the young lady been taking medication, been taking drugs, the whole 9 yards. But there's text messages from Cassie and Puff's personal assistant that told the truth. They told the truth. Why would they be lying in 2016 about that happening? Why would they be lying? Right after it happened. Right when it's happening. And that's the point that prosecution made. Bruh, through this whole trial, and the girl was talking about pink cocaine, ecstasy, mollies, some pills that they ain't know what the hell it was. Drugs, bruh.
Drugs, bruh.
The drugs will change your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Here go a kid that not use drugs, wouldn't smoke weed.
What in the world?
He got out there, and not only he got drugs, he got drunk on power.
Mm-hmm.
By him being drunk on...
I apologize, y'all. I'm trying to do 2 or 3 different things at one time. My bad. I'm gonna back up. But y'all seen Gene before. Y'all need to see what he looked like.
Here go a kid that not use drugs, wouldn't smoke weed. He got out there, and not only he got drugs, he got drunk on power.
Drunk on power, yeah.
By him being drunk on power and using drugs, he wasted his whole life away. We're going to see the beginning and the end. This is the first time, bro.
Talk to him.
This is the first time in our lifetime. We're going to see an individual that was on top of the world, had everything that they also dreamed of, and going to lose everything that they dreamed of. You can't make this shit up, bro.
Yeah, it gotta be the drugs, man. If you hanging people over balconies, you can't be in your right mind. But I want to ask you about DRock and a guy named Paul. Like, I'm hearing these testimonies and their names keep coming up.
Bro, that's why either DRock and Paul, they either gonna be a co-conspirator, the prosecution may have their testimony sealed, whereas they may not have to come into court or whatever like that, or they may bring them into court or whatever, or may have some kind of sealed affidavit or whatever from them, but they're gonna have to either testify or be a co-conspirator. Now, they said KK is a co-conspirator. They mentioned that in the courts, that his personal assistant KK is a co-conspirator. So how can DRock not be when he was mentioned way more than she was?
Mm-hmm.
They was mentioned almost in every testimony, bruh, that people gave. They was talking about Paul or DRock, Paul or DRock, or DRock and Paul. So it ain't came up yet. Either they gonna be co-conspirators or they're gonna have some kind of sealed affidavit or sealed testimony or something against Puff. They got to. They gotta bring them in. Some kind of way. It's too many people that talked about them, bro. And these are the same two people, DRock and Paul. These are the same two people that when people talk about Gene Deal, these are the same two people that let Big down. Let's get into it, Mighty. These are the same two people that let Big down.
Damn.
DRock convinced Puff. Puff had DRock convince Big to come to that party that night. Paul was DRock. Paul was fucking Big security. Uncle Paulie was Big security. These same two people, you see them help destroy fucking Big because they didn't do their job and didn't do what they were supposed to do that night for Big. Now they finna destroy fucking Puff ass. They didn't stop him, bruh. They didn't stop him. When he was doing that shit, Paul telling people, one of the security person, oh, me and Puff was friends from childhood. Fuck up out of here. You ain't stopping them from doing stupid shit. You ain't stopping from beating no girls. You ain't say, yo, my man, you fucking drugged up out your mind. You need to stop doing that shit. What's wrong with you? They didn't do none of that, bruh. DRock only know him through Big. So I don't expect that from DRock. But then I expect DRock to be a man and say, yo, my man, you can't be beating these girls like that. You making us look bad, bruh. What is wrong with you? I'm not working for you, you doing that shit. Paul was around when Puff wasn't using drugs. Yo, stop that nigga, bruh.
Damn.
Don't let that nigga do that shit to himself.
Damn.
These are the same two motherfuckers that the night Big got murdered played a role in it. Played a role in it. Paul not doing his job right. DRock getting Big there when he was told not to. Now look, same two people that didn't stop Puff, who had been around since the Notorious Big. And look at him. Bruh. He was responsible for bringing Biggs to that party when he was told not to. There's enough people out here that know that he was told not to bring Big to that party. Big was supposed to be in London. He got Big to that party because that's what Puff wanted Big at. Paul was told as a security personnel, they coming to get us tonight, bro. So you got to be on alert. If Big is your principal and you're responsible for Big, you got to put yourself in between, in the middle of every threat possible. And Paul didn't do that. If Puff is your principal and he your childhood friend, when do you grab this motherfucker by the collar and say, man, put the drugs down, go get some help? Fuck is wrong with you? There's no way in hell or heaven I would allow that kid to do that shit around me.
You've been seeing these interviews by the Punisher, the sex worker for Diddy and Cassie?
Man, I seen a lot of the interviews that he was doing. The thing about it is that he got a book out, and I respect his hustle. You know what I'm saying? I've been asked to come on those same platforms, but I decided not to do it at this time. But had a problem with what people were saying when it came down to Cameron, because when I think Cameron was probably one of the first people to interview him. And people was going at Cameron because they was talking about he was shaming Cassie because she was the victim in the whole 9 yards. And Cameron had asked him how the panani was, the goods, how Cassie was, and people are now trying to like say negative shit around Cameron when they don't understand that Cameron, when did he first become a fucking, I never heard Cameron say he was, what do you call that? A role model. You understand? Cameron never came out and said he was a role model, brother. You understand? Now, he's a good role player, whereas that a kid could say he can't go wrong if he do the shit that Cameron done. Cameron played ball, became a rapper, became a millionaire. You understand? By using his talent. Now, if a kid role play like Cameron, it wouldn't be that bad. But the fact that you calling him a role model, Cameron is just talking like dudes from Harlem would be talking on the corner. The question he asks you is questions that dudes on the corner be asking. The shit that he do and he say is what dudes on the corner in the hood do and they say. And the first thing a dude gonna say is, damn, I wonder how the pussy is. You understand? Now, I wouldn't be wondering that because I heard the stories of all the diseases and all this other stuff about it. But most dudes on the corner is going to want to know. So when he asks those questions like that, you can't get mad at him because he's being himself and he knows what dudes on the corner is thinking because he ran on those same corners. So you can't be mad at him because he asked those questions to a guy who was being paid to have sex with her. Evidently, to me, it must be still good. She had 3 kids and just had a baby. Congratulations, Cassie, on your 3rd child. I'm glad it's healthy. Hope it be wealthy and well for the rest of his life. Y'all don't be mad at Cameron for that shit. Cameron is asking what the people who come watch him talk and see, he know what they questions they want him to ask somebody. I don't have a problem with it, bro. Like Big say, that was his favorite Harlem rapper, Cameron. Yeah, Big said that. I was talking to Big the week before he died, and he was telling me how he had signed Cameron and them, and he said, out of all those people that was a part of that whole crew with Herbie Mace, Cameron, that Cameron was probably the Children of the Corn. Cameron was the nicest one. All the rest of the guys was nice, but he was like, yo, Cameron was his favorite out of that whole batch. Big said that.
Yeah, I always heard that Big Dog Cam was nice, man. But I didn't know he was getting backlash for that interview. I didn't see anything wrong with the interview.
Well, you know, we all know that Cassie was a victim. I don't think Cameron was victim shaming her or anything like that. He was just asking a question for the niggas who watch him. Point blank. He was asking a question for the niggas who watch him.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you can't be mad at that one. And if you is, scratch your ass and get glad.
Yeah, the guy said that he couldn't even enjoy having sex with Cassie because Puffy was in the room watching in the corner.
Because you're not gay, you got this man watching.
He didn't know it was Diddy for almost a year. He watched the interview. He was saying that I didn't know it was Diddy was almost a year, but they had told me to hold up and I went to watch TV. And when I went to watch TV, I seen Mr. Combs come up on the television.
Like a phone call or call ID.
What is enjoy your stay, Mr. Sean Combs. And he put it together that then, almost after a year, that was Diddy and
Cassie.
Damn. And after that, he couldn't really perform like he was in the past.
Damn.
You heard the interview from Q from Day 26?
Damn, young. Can you imagine you doing your job? I guess your job is to lay that pipe down. That you doing your job and the husband is watching while you lay your pipe down. That's a job? And then you realize, oh shit, you mean to tell me this is a celebrity I'm doing this with? That would mess with your mind. I can't, now the pipe don't work.
It's the one he did with Aubrey O'Day about how he got a pill from Dunn, and the next thing you know, he woke up in Diddy Kid's bed.
Wait a minute. Let me make sure we heard all that.
Cassie.
Damn.
And after that, he couldn't really perform like he was in the past.
You heard that interview from Q from Day 26, the one he did with Aubrey O'Day about how he got a pill from Dunn, and the next thing you know, he woke up in Diddy Kid's bed.
Well,
damn.
Like, people don't understand, a lot of these people are victims. Q said he was upset with Dawn, but he has to understand that Dawn is also a victim too. And when Diddy told her to give Q this pill, it wasn't that he was trying to, I don't believe it was that Dawn was trying to do something malicious to Q. She was just giving him the pill. She probably didn't even know what the pill was going to do. But from my understanding, Q said he woke up with men around him, filming him, and he was in his drawers or whatever. I believe that based on him being on that first Vlad show and how he was emotionally distressed, some things may have happened to him personally that effed him up for life. It's hard to talk about another man's pain. But I want that brother to know, yo, whatever help you need, whoever you need to talk to get over whatever you have to get over, do it, bruh, and let it go. You put that in God's hand and you let it go. Because it seems like he is mentally distressed about something. And his other people know about it because they was all on the show, somebody else's show, crying behind it. So they know what happened. and steadily trying to fight all the victims. Fight the motherfucker that victimized you. Q is hurting, bro. You can see his pain, you can hear his pain, and he has to understand that he's not to blame for none of that shit. Try to put that in God's hand, talk to somebody, and be the man that you are. I salute him for even coming out and trying to piece his life together behind whatever he thought or whatever happened to him that night.
A guy named Eddie Garcia, he testified, right?
Eddie Garcia was one of the security personnel the day Cassie got beaten at the hotel. He saw the stuff, him and the other security personnel, and they told their boss about everything. They wanted to do the right thing, but their boss wouldn't allow them to do that. They had to be given immunity because in actuality, they were co-conspirators because Puff, from whatever smart-ass, dumb lawyer, if it was a lawyer involved, had them write an NDA, a non-disclosure, and get those people $100,000 and put it in writing. How are you breaking the law by having a video confiscated of you beating somebody, and you're going to have somebody sign an NDA that they won't tell nobody, and get them $100,000 out of Combs Global, because the NDA was signed Combs Global. So when the people were saying that he wasn't using his business to break the law, they got it in black and white. He gave a man $100,000 to keep their mouth closed and to take the tape. An NDA, when you're breaking the law, a non-disclosure goes thrown out the window anyway. It don't even matter. It says that in the NDA. If a person is breaking the law, this NDA is no good.
I don't know why people think it is.
So why are you having somebody sign that shit? That's a paper trail that you didn't even need.
How about that?
Somebody fell and bumped their head, bro. Because I'm saying, damn, how did the feds get that? They had a copy of it. He never gave the guy a copy of it. He only had that in his own, I guess his own files. He only had that in his own files, brother. They asked the guy, oh, did you see the NDA? He said, yo, I didn't really read it, man, because I just wanted to get the hell out of there. I seen the $100,000. He counted it on the machine. He said, did you count it? He said, nah, I trusted him. I just wanted to get my ass up out of there.
You got that right.
I done came up. You understand? I done came up. Come on, 100,000 for that tape?
Count it for what?
Oh man, that's starting off at $1 million. They should have started off at $1 million with that one, because he definitely would have paid it.
He testified that they only wanted $50K, but Diddy gave him $100K.
Nah, he told him the boss was the only one gonna get it. The boss was asked for $50,000. So in the interim of the boss asking for $50,000, Puff just automatically put another 50 on top of that.
To make sure.
He knew what the tape meant. But you got to realize too, they had the guy FaceTime Cassie, and Cassie was with it too on getting rid of the tape. So Cassie wanted to get rid of the tape too.
Of course so. I would have wanted to.
And that came up in court.
Yeah, he testified that Diddy was concerned that tape would come out. But yeah, I mean, they could have had a couple of millions for that tape, man.
Yeah. I know they least 50, 100,000, 50,000, that's too low, bro. For that tape and the damage it would have did with its Ciroc companies, with all the, you see the damages it did.
Yeah, the guy actually testified that he actually got a call from Diddy, letting him know that he was drunk when he, attacked Cassie.
Well, he said that the guy was a little paranoid, regarding with Diddy, but he said Diddy also called him on Easter and wished him a happy Easter. He said he called Diddy back and said he needed a job and asked him, did he have any kind of security work for him to do, and Diddy never called him back.
You got that right.
Never called him back. That's why with these guys in this industry, bro, you got to get all yours up front. You got to make sure that when you do something, get all your money up front. Because they can't be trusted. Not no way, not no how.
Yeah, he testified that when he met up with Diddy to get the money for the tape, he said that Diddy was calling him Eddie, my angel.
Yeah. Yeah. He made accusations that Eddie was his angel and Eddie, he was happy and everything like that. He said Diddy went to the back, came back out with the non-disclosure, came back out there with a bag full of money, counted the money in front of him. He said it was crazy. He said Diddy was telling him he could change his life. I thought they was about to do the Freakoff.
No,
he told me gonna change his life.
Damn.
Yeah, that was funny, man. But he gave him the money. He took care of everything.
I'm hearing that they were saying that the prosecutors, they were saying that Eddie Garcia was bribing, Diddy for the money for the tape.
No, they was trying to. They did not go at Eddie Garcia like that, like they was bribing Diddy. You understand what I'm saying? They were not. The prosecutor, and that's lies that the internet is making up, because the defense did not go after Eddie as if Eddie Garcia was trying to bribe Diddy, because he didn't ask Diddy for the $100,000. He only thought he was going to get $50,000.
And
that was Diddy put
it.
extra money on there. That's the internet that's making up that stuff, like the feds went after Eddie Garcia as if they were trying to bribe Diddy out the $100,000 for the tape. And that was far from it during that testimony. And they did not go after Mr. Garcia and state any of those things that you just previously said.
So how did the tape get leaked? Did they run game on Diddy? Like they sold him the tape, but they made copies behind the scenes? Or like, how did that work?
No, what happened is that they got the tape from the cloud and they thought they had but
they thought they had
The analyst,
what the hell that
specialist
mean?
said, because that you think that you've deleted something, it's not deleted. It goes dormant in your system and you can't bring it up.
But they
unless you go into the server and see what door is behind. He was explaining this like, just say you have a message. You delete that message. So now that message deleted, you can't bring that back up. But it's still dormant and it's still in the system. Now, once you take another delete message, delete the message on top of that, you have to go in there and know how to pull out all those deleted messages to get to that one message that's dormant in the system. And that's what they do. You got to realize it goes like this, brother. The Eddie Garcia case helped the racketeering and Puff using his companies to do crimes. And when he takes and pays an individual and make them sign a notice, a non-disclosure, and gives him $100,000 as if he got it from the money of Combs Global, it helps the racketeering cases that Eddie and them are receiving money for a crime that they should have reported to the police. So Puff is interfering with justice by paying somebody off for a crime that was committed. That's against the law, brother. That's a part of the racketeering. So Eddie and them, that's why he had to get what you call he's a witness, but he was given immunity because they should have went to jail for not reporting the crime. No matter what Cassie wanted. It wasn't up to Cassie to say whether they called the police or not. So now, by him taking that $100,000, he came in and testified that. That's enough to piece Puff in there into that racketeering part.
And a woman named Sylvia testified, right? She was an employee at the Beverly Hills Hotel for like 17 years. And she testified that she would see candle wax everywhere when she was cleaning up the rooms after the freak-offs.
It was nothing important that to clean up from the freak-off. The cleanup from the freak-off costs $1,000 a night. Anywhere from $500 to $1,000. That's all she was testifying to. No matter what the room costs, and no matter what assistants or whoever he sent in there to clean up, because the Bad Boy had their own cleanup crew. The hotel will still have to charge him anywhere from $500 to $1,000 to go back behind whoever he had cleaning up to clean up. They have to always redo the drapes, the carpet, the floors, the candle wax, the baby oil, whatever he had. Like, one of the girls testified that they would go through 12 bottles of baby oil. 12 bottles of baby oil, dog. They would go through 12 bottles of baby oil.
That is crazy, man. What the hell?
That's crazy, man. So the lady was testifying that I didn't see the relevance of her testimony, other than that the freak-offs took place in the Beverly Hills Hotel, and that they had to pay or charge Bad Boy extra $500 to $1,000 for the cleanup behind the freak-offs. And that's the only relevance I've seen it. And other than the fact that she could testify that they use Combs Global and Bad Boy Entertainment for the payment of the hotels for the freak out.
But how is Candle Wax get it on the drapes though? I'm trying to figure that out, man. I don't know how that happens.
Man, I don't know. Niggas throwing candle wax. Niggas is shooting off.
Oh my God.
They're shooting off and ducking and all this other shit. I don't know, man. I can't tell you what happened, man, but it had to be crazy, whereas this lady said they had to charge him $1,000 to clean up. It had to be crazy, man. That's crazy. But you got to realize the freak-offs wasn't one day. They was lasting 3 to 5 days.
Damn, son.
3 to 5 days, bruh.
This don't supposed to go over there. All right,
crazy.
This is the last time, y'all.
I'm still in disbelief when it comes to how long the freak-offs was. But let me ask you this. Why do you think Diddy was allowing all these men to have sex with Cassie? Do you think he was lacking somewhere, or I don't know. I mean, it's weird, yo.
Bruh.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's 2 things I don't do. I don't tell a man how to make love to his woman, and I don't tell a man how to spend his money. I don't know why dude chose to have other men or whatever sexual perverted mind he had on fulfilling his fantasies. It's got to be something, and it only could be looked at and viewed as being demonic, the way that he did the shit and how he did it. And we see it in real life right now, that is part of his downfall. That's Pandora's box. That's what one of the girls said. She started something. She opened up something that she had no business doing. And now you become a part of that. It's certain shit in life that you should never do.
And let's go to a Diddy party.
And when you do, you open your world up to a whole lot of shit that you may not know nothing of. So that's what happened to Diddy. He got involved in something that it made his downfall now. Like I said before, he got drunk off his own drink. And that was that power.
Gene Deal, great interview, my guy. Before we end it, you already know the routine, man. Let the people know what you got going on. Shout out to everything you got.
Yeah, I want people to, if you got people in St. Louis, get involved in the tornado relief. You know, E4 tornado hit the north side of St. Louis. It left a lot of people stranded, tore up a lot of people's homes. Please give and donate to those causes out there in St. Louis, Missouri.
Shout out to St. Louis.
You can help also me by purchasing either Gene Deal, My World of Bodyguard and the Hip Hop Star, or Life After Death when Bodyguard and the Hip Hop Star. You can get it on Amazon, or you can Cash App or PayPal Big Gene _5 Deuce. Thank you, Art of Dialogue. Appreciate y'all. And until next week and next time, peace.
Peace. Big Gene Deal is doing the daggone thing, man. He had me dying laughing. How you get, dude, if you got baby oil all over the carpets, they high as hell. Everybody is just high and barely can remember what they doing. And they just squirting baby oil all over the carpets. They sliding, it's just, the carpet is soaked. It's soaked with baby oil. So not only you gotta change the carpets, you gotta pay somebody to take up the cushion under the carpet. Oh man, look here. Y'all tell me what y'all think, man. Gene letting you know. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell him Uncle Mike told you so. Let me know you're a ender. Shout out if you're a ender. Peace out.